Hello, I wrote my persuasive speech on God's given rights, also known as the amendments, with the most popular amendment, the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. This is a gift from God himself for some and the worst thing ever to others. It's a very controversial amendment nowadays with all that's been happening recently. The Democrats are fighting to restrict guns or take them away, and Republicans are trying to not do that. I'm in the middle ground because I can see an argument for why do we need guns at all, and the other side of the argument of how are we going to protect our families if anything unfortunate were to happen. It's a tough slope to try to kind of balance. But it seems something must be done because our country set a record for mass shootings in 2023 after setting the previous record in 2022. Thanks to James Allen Fox of Northeastern Global News, we know that last year there was a U.S. record of 39 mass shootings with at least 4 victim fatalities. He later references in the article that how in 2022 that we set the previous record, which was a rise by 30% since 2019 when crimes dropped due to COVID-19. So it seems something must be done. It's a bad look for the USA, and I found another study actually that says that the USA has had 57 times as many school shootings as all other major industrialized nations combined. It's a tough slope, I know, but it is a glowing red flag that something should be done. And the government can't take everyone's guns. It can't do that. That would be a gross overstep, and would be against the Constitution. But my suggestion is I try to be middle of the ground as I can be. So I think we should maybe involve military training of some sort into it. Because, of course, who better to improve our gun laws than the people who receive the training from the government and are paid by the government, all that. Like, who best knows guns? So I know the government just increased restrictions just this year, with Joe Biden releasing a new action to try to cut down on gun violence. He increased the number of background checks. He improved public awareness and increased appropriate use of extreme risk protection, red flag orders. And he made a couple changes, which is it's a step in the right direction. But I think if we implement something along the lines of maybe a year, it is mandatory to have like a year in the military or some type of military class, something where you have to get the background checks, just like we did in like boot camp. Like obviously they ask everyone to keep the nation's secrets for like joining the Navy and all that. They ask everyone this. So they're not going to just trust anybody with the training that they will provide you in the military. So that would weed out the people who might not be mentally there, or might want a gun for the wrong reasons. Because an entire year of military should improve them mentally, help them come to a better conclusion, or they would get kicked out before, because there would probably be some red flags to the military that this person's not all there. So they increase the red flags. Oh, and also they rose awareness for the red flag order, which is when a community can like say a person is not like he shouldn't be allowed to own guns, like if he's a dangerous person. So they rose awareness for that, and that's actually a really good one, because I don't think it gets used enough. Maybe if we increase the usage for that. I don't know. It's a tough slope. So now I must add that the 1 year of military schooling, or a year in the military itself, it shouldn't be only active duty. Like, I included the classes, like if you take some type of like military instruction school, or in the reserves, for instance. I think the reserves should also count. It would not only would it get you the right to actually earn your Second Amendment back, but it would also boost the military branches like recruitment numbers, which could be helpful with some other issues we are having. And you would just basically learn from the military how to properly handle a gun, how to shoot it, how to handle the gun, like just the basics that everybody goes through in boot camp. And I think that could go a long way in preventing a lot of these mass shootings. 'Cause I think that these are just bad people who got access to weapons. And in adding this year of schooling would definitely cut down on that and make it harder for people to get guns, but not impossible. Like, if you want a gun bad enough for the right reasons, 1 year in some type of military academy, whatever, is not bad at all. And, I could see how this could be an infringement on the Second Amendment, with maybe not everyone able to bear or having the right to bear arms. But I think of it more as an incentive to earn your right, your Second Amendment, your God-given right back. And I believe this solution is, like I said, the reasonable middle of the ground idea. Hopefully it'll appease some. Gun rights is definitely a slippery slope, and I'm glad that I don't have to make the laws on that. So, thank you.